In this week's episode of the Core Challenge, Rod assesses the physical games of both Cindy and Donald. And of course, we'll watch the contestants face the facts about their physical game. Last week we met Donald and Cindy, who went through a very exhaustive interview process with Coach Rod and Coach Lou to determine the proper coaching direction. Now let's head to the lanes where Coach Rod and Coach Lou are watching and hunting for liabilities in their physical games. Although if one could decide who's going to go first.
Are we ready?
Yeah, go for it.
You go first.
No, you go. No, you go.
Go.
Come on, it's just warm up.
Go.
Look at it, look at it, look at it. You go first. Once we start, act like tournament. Pause, pre-shot routine, get up there, make the shot count. Don't adjust. Don't try to change anything, change releases, no changing balls, changing lines. The whole point is trying to, at least what you're doing, to be exactly the same. Overall, it looked like you really did good, but one pattern you did better than the other. And which pattern did you do good on?
Short.
Short. So let's take a look at what's going on in the long.
I'm speed dominant, and so to me, long patterns means more oil, which means I'm in trouble more often.
So I bring you back to the stance, and I really like where you have the ball placed right here, because generally we like to see somewhere between the chin and the shoulder. Right here is where it kind of gets a little interesting, is that you can see that your thumb is halfway out of the bowling ball. And to be able to clear your hip when it's doing that, you're going to have to take it out to the right. So you'll notice that as it comes back, it's going back to the right. In that position right there, this ball is going to want to go this direction. So you're going to end up walking into it to try to get it back into line. This first step of your right foot, see how it kind of pushes out to the right and points to the right? I want to see that try to get a little bit more forward in front of your slide foot. Try to get that a little bit in line.
I tend to step out and not over.
Generally, we want to see that slide foot coming straight, and you're going to see you're pushing it way over, way over, way over, way over, right there. And you're going to get a lot of knee pain right into the spot. We need to get rid of that swing going out. Ball fit's going to make a big difference. See the ball get down on the lane before the foul line? You can't fix that until we get that ball fixed. Where's your left arm? As old school guys, we call that the Superman syndrome.
When I started bowling, you were supposed to keep both your shoulders straight.
If both arms go back, they go out.
And now you're supposed to open them up. So it's definitely a retraining of my brain.
Nice high backswing. I mean, boy, if I could get your left arm right there, you'd be in almost perfect posture. Let's go try it. To help improve bowlers, they need to be able to feel. I'm going to walk beside you with this.
A lot to learn, a lot to take in.
I'm going to kind of put it in position, and what I want you to do is try to get your left arm and shoulder out in front, not hit this or not swing back and hit it.
It's kind of a little distracting to sit there and watch somebody walk beside you with a noodle.
Good.
It kind of makes you feel a little awkward when you're letting go because you're trying to tilt your shoulder up.
That was better. Very good. Which one was the one that you had more difficulty with?
Short.
The short. So we're going to pull up the short and take a look at it.
I used to bowl on shorter patterns and did, fairly well. But today I felt more consistent and, more comfortable on the longer pattern. And I think it just matches up with, the way I throw the ball and my ball speed.
And what I'm looking for right now is just how clean or how smooth. And I can see it looks a little robotic. You can footwork kind of crossing there, and there's a couple little hitches. If I take a look at the bowling ball direction in your head, everything's kind of wanting to go this way right now. And you're kind of dropping down along that line, but now right here at the bottom, You're going to change the direction, and now we're going to go this way. I like the ball placement. It's closer to your chin. It's inside your shoulder. Really good position. But now, when you have this huge crossover step, this direction, now the push away is going to go out to the right. So you can see the ball go out to the right, goes back inside to the left, wants to come out to the right and redirect it again. It's going to cause you to go this way for the approach, and then come back. So you're going to redirect, and then come back into it.
It was very interesting to kind of see it in slow motion and up close like that. It feels natural to us because we're used to it, but to actually see it broken down and explained is definitely extremely helpful.
You're not using the right side of your body. You just kind of let it drop down. We're not really utilizing it. See, it just kind of laps.
The right side of my body I don't really use. I guess it's just kind of floating, and you kind of don't realize that because you're trying not to think about anything on the approach.
Now your timing was pretty good. So generally from the side view, we're going to be looking at timing. I'm going to be looking more for posture here though, and there's a little bit of rear forward or collapsing forward, right there. All right, and I'm going to be concerned about the distance from the foul line as well. You're losing RPMs, you're losing leverage on the bowling ball because your spine, instead of being in this position, which is where we want you at the release, and just lower body, you have to lean forward right there to try to get that ball out there on the lane. Ready to go out and try this?
I am.
Perfect, let's go out and do it. All right, I want you to try to foul.
Okay.
But you're only going to try to foul on the last step going into the slide.
Okay.
You don't try to foul on your first few steps.
Of course.
At the very end.
Okay.
Try to drive and foul.
It doesn't seem natural, so your instinct is to obviously try not to foul.
Very good. All right.
It definitely helped with the distance from the foul line, indeed.
Let's worry about how you're getting to the foul line. We have what's called a video mirror. I want you to just, in your stance, pick up the big toe on your right foot and just watch it all the way. Good. What I want is that your left foot, when it steps over, I don't want it to go to the right of this piece of tape.
Okay.
So you can see that tape up there, right? Okay, so go ahead and take your first step like you got the ball. Now take your next step. I want you right there. Good.
Trying to get that step in line with the first step was a little bit difficult at first.
Good. And it cleaned the push away. Now the push away is going direct where we need it.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for. To help Lou determine the best fit and layout for Donald and Cindy's new equipment, Lou will have to measure the tilt, rotation angle, and revolutions per minute.
Just roll it like you normally would, nothing different. You don't know the condition, just go and make a shot. What we're gonna look for is your natural rotation angle, how you release it, how your revolutions generate those oil rings on the bowling ball.
I think the shocker of it all was I took my pinky. I don't do that when I start, but when I go to release, you can tell I'm trying to grab a hold of the ball and I'm tucking my pinky under to try to keep hold of it. I didn't know I did that.
Done extremely well for today. I mean, we ran them through the shot repeatability analysis. They seen some things they were kind of aware of. They really kind of pointed it out. But actually watching the video and then giving them solutions was, I think, eye-opening. They were surprised, I really believe, at how easy they were to implement them.
To hear that you're doing something right is definitely a big sigh of relief. And to work on minor things, only, it's definitely a big motivation and confidence boost.
Physically, I'm fine.
I am younger than my competitor, so physically I am doing quite well. and I think I'm ready to bowl, 20 more games if need be.
He is a little younger, just a little. I'm only double his age.
Mentally, I'm still in the same state. I've been in these situations before. I'm normally a tranquil person, very calm, cool, collected.
It's like retraining your brain to do something, walk a certain way, pull your backswing a certain way.
I'm very happy to see the progress they made. It's going to take a little while to implement it all the time into it because old habits are going to be there for a while. But their game's not going to go backwards. That's the whole point. If you find the right solution for the common problem, is that you're just taking a liability and turning it into less of a liability. So their games will not go backwards. It's just going to progress and go forward.
In next week's episode of the Core Challenge, Lou recommends new fits and the players get new equipment. But how will it help their games? We'll find out next week, May 15th on Bowl TV.